best spear ever.
Monday Night Raw delivered a tense and emotionally charged backstage segment as Jimmy Uso, one half of the legendary Uso family, openly defied Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, refusing to fall in line with his longtime leader. This confrontation went beyond standard backstage drama. It highlighted the personal stakes, family dynamics, and psychological tension that have made the Bloodline one of WWE's most compelling factions. Fans were treated to an intimate look at the fragility of loyalty and the pressures of being part of one of the most dominant stables in WWE history. The Bloodline under pressure. The Bloodline, under Roman Reigns' leadership, has long represented dominance and unity on WWE RAW. Roman's authority has been unchallenged for months, and the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, have been his loyal enforcers. However, cracks have begun to appear in the faction's facade. Jimmy has grown increasingly frustrated with Roman's manipulative tactics and relentless control over decisions, matches, and even personal dynamics. Over recent weeks, his patience has been tested, particularly as Roman has shown he is willing to prioritize dominance over loyalty, using intimidation and psychological manipulation to maintain his rule. This backstage segment marked the culmination of Jimmy reaching a breaking point. Unlike his brother Jay, who has sometimes struggled to assert himself under Roman's shadow, Jimmy chose this moment to speak up and stand firm, signaling a potential shift in the faction's balance of power. The Backstage Showdown. The segment opened with Jimmy pacing down a dimly lit hallway, his face etched with frustration and determination. The camera followed him closely, capturing his tense body language, the clenched fists, quick glances over his shoulder, and the purposeful stride that hinted at the storm about to erupt. Roman Reigns entered shortly after, his imposing presence immediately commanding the scene. Clad in his signature tactical gear, Roman exuded confidence and authority, his calm demeanor a stark contrast to Jimmy's palpable agitation. Jimmy stopped and faced Roman directly. "I'm done, Roman," he said firmly, his voice steady but full of emotion. "I'm not falling in line anymore. You've crossed too many lines, manipulated too many people, and I'm done letting you control every move we make. I stand for myself now, not just for the Bloodline." Roman, undeterred, responded in his trademark calm, threatening tone. "Jimmy, you think this is about you? It's never been about one person. It's about the Bloodline, about loyalty, about survival. You want to defy me? Go ahead. But know this. There are consequences for stepping out of line." The tension between them was thick, electric almost, as Jimmy held his ground. This confrontation wasn't just about disobedience. It was about asserting personal identity, questioning authority, and redefining loyalty within a family bound by blood and history. Family ties and emotional stakes. What made this moment so compelling was its emotional depth. Jimmy's refusal to follow Roman wasn't just a power struggle, it was a statement of autonomy. It highlighted the delicate balance of family loyalty and personal integrity, showing that even in a faction built on dominance and hierarchy, there are limits to obedience. WWE fans could feel the stakes. If Jimmy's defiance escalates, it could have ripple effects for the Bloodline, affecting relationships, in-ring alliances, and faction dynamics. At the same time, Roman's calm but menacing responses underscored his mastery of psychological warfare. He wasn't just confronting Jimmy physically or verbally. He was testing his loyalty, probing his motivations, and reminding him of the consequences of defiance. The segment gave fans a rare window into the human drama behind the spectacle of professional wrestling, making it both compelling and relatable. Historical context. To fully appreciate the significance of this segment, it's important to look at the history of the Bloodline and the Usos' relationship with Roman Reigns. The faction has long been built on loyalty, respect, and family bonds. Jimmy and Jay have served as both protectors and enforcers, helping Roman maintain his dominance on RAW. However, recent storylines have exposed tension, particularly for Jimmy, who has struggled to reconcile his personal identity with his role in the faction. Past segments hinted at Jimmy's frustration, but this backstage confrontation brought it to the forefront, making it clear that he is no longer willing to blindly follow Roman's orders. Fan reactions. The WWE Universe reacted immediately, flooding social media with excitement, speculation, and praise. Fans were thrilled to see Jimmy standing up for himself, with comments like, "Jimmy Uso standing up to Roman? This is huge for the Bloodline storyline." And, finally, we're seeing character development and family dynamics that matter. Many speculated about the fallout. Could Jimmy break away from Roman entirely? Will there be an in-ring confrontation, or will alliances within the Bloodline fracture further? Implications for WWE storylines. This segment has major implications for future storylines. First, internal tension within the Bloodline could lead to factional conflict, as loyalties are tested and family bonds are questioned. Second, Roman Reigns' response to Jimmy's defiance could escalate to a major confrontation, potentially resulting in high-stakes matches or faction warfare. Third, Jimmy's defiance elevates his character, positioning him as an independent, assertive force capable of challenging Roman's authority. Finally, WWE fans are now more emotionally invested in the faction, with each episode of Raw potentially reshaping alliances and rivalries. Possible scenarios. Looking ahead, several outcomes are possible. Jimmy could challenge Roman in a one-on-one match, or this confrontation could spark a full-blown internal faction war. Jey Uso might have to choose between his loyalty to Roman or standing with his brother. Alternatively, WWE could use this defiance to build a redemption arc for Jimmy, rallying other superstars who oppose Roman's dominance. The psychological tension established in this segment ensures that fans will be watching every move with bated breath. Conclusion. Jimmy Uso's refusal to fall in line with Roman Reigns was a pivotal moment in WWE storytelling. It highlighted the fragility of alliances, the pressures of family loyalty, and the high stakes of asserting autonomy within the Bloodline. By standing up to Roman, Jimmy not only asserts his own identity, but also sets the stage for dramatic consequences that could reshape RAW's main event scene. This backstage segment proved that WWE storytelling is as much about human emotion, loyalty, and psychological drama as it is about athletic performance.